Well, hello everyone. I want to do a quick video on moving or adjusting hood or booth suppression nozzles. This video is not necessarily to go over the discussion points of a permit or getting the new nozzles approved. Honestly, if you're watching this video, yes, you need a permit to do it. The fire marshal wants to review those nozzles as they're being put in. There's too many variables that go into which nozzle, how high, what are they pointed at, the proper system, number of flow points. So the short answer is yes, you need a permit to change those nozzles, and this is the procedure for doing that. We've made it very simple in order to get this permit. It's a free permit. There's just a few steps to getting it. The contractor is allowed to just go ahead and replace those nozzles after the permit is created. And then the fire marshal's office will follow up as soon as that work has been done. The very first step is to log in to the City of Bremerton permit portal. I'm assuming that most contractors have already established this account and are somewhat familiar with the procedure. It's the same process for creating a new suppression system permit. These are just some snapshots that illustrate specifically the choices that need to be made in the dropdown. So rather than the suppression permit itself, in order to get a permit for adjusting the nozzles, you need to do the suppression TI, so tenant improvement, which is just kind of the common term for going to make some changes. And then where's it at? Is it at, what's the location? Of course, I put test in here just in order to be able to take the snapshot for this video. And then describe the purpose. Basically, what's the scope? How much are you doing? They added a fryer. They moved the cooking line up. What's the reason? What's the background behind this change? After you have completed that screen, you move on to the next screen, which is this screen. Everything here in red is a mandatory item. It won't move on to the next screen until you do it. So what's the scope of work? What are you doing? What's the brand? Amerex, Ansel. Go through the cooking appliances and make sure that everything is protected. Number of flow points, nozzles being installed, total flow points for the system, what are the nozzle IDs, and then basically a verification that the system is compliant. The contractor will be there, the fire marshal will not be there at the time this work is being done. And I'll be honest, the overall intent of these particular questions is really just to make sure that someone has verified this information. The fire suppression system contractor should be well versed on all of these components, all of these questions, number of flow points, nozzles. The responsibility is really on the contractor in order to verify these items. The fire marshal and the inspector are coming in after the fact to verify and make sure those things are correct. Don't minimize the fact that the permit is free and somewhat an over-the-counter permit to minimize the importance of this work. Please do the work properly. Please make sure it's correct per the manufacturer's installation requirements. If needed, we will follow up and make sure and have those corrections done correctly. It would be detrimental to the business. We do not want to do that. They would be shut down for a period of time in order to have the work redone. It's already a fairly significant inconvenience for them to have the time shut down to do the initial work as it is. So once again, a permit's required if you're going to be changing or adjusting suppression nozzles. If you're adjusting location, for instance, it's supposed to be pointed at the center and it's pointed at the perimeter, a permit is not required for that. If we're not changing the nozzles, then we're just relocating them properly, then a permit is not required. That's just housekeeping, general maintenance. So if you have any questions, give me a shout. Here's my contact information. Thanks for watching.